Genius for life. Coconut smoothies coming at you.
Hello there. Welcome to episode 41 of 15 Minutes of Genius. I'm your long-haired host, Alex Bear. I'm the CEO and founder of Genius Juice, the organic plant-based coconut smoothie. So we have a great guest on our program today. This has become a very, very popular category. So we've had other entrepreneurs as well that have also been in this category. So really cool and excited to have him on. Before rolling into our guest, just want to give a major plug to our producer, our man, the king of the kingdom, the king of at least Manhattan Beach, maybe even more, Mark Nicholas, Mark at ManhattanBeachStudios.net. There he is, and he's chugging one of the shots. We have the founder of The Shot on our program right now. Looks like he enjoyed it. So, Taylor Goggin. I know I was going to screw up the name somehow. Taylor Goggin. He's the founder of Shroomi. A little bit about his company. Shroomi is an organic functional mushroom company based in Santa Barbara, California, so local, that creates delicious, clinically backed mushroom foods with a mental health awareness mission. Founded by, as we mentioned, Taylor, and a BevNet New Beverage Showdown finalist, Shroomi launched in Southern California Whole Foods in June 2020 with its refrigerated functional mushroom shot line that combines 1,500 milligrams of functional mushrooms with tasty organic cold-pressed juice. To date, Shroomi can be found in over 100 retail doors, including Whole Foods, Erewhon, Bristol Farms, Lazy Acres, Harmon's, Jimbo's, and available online on their website and also Amazon.com. ShroomiHealth.com is their website. Taylor, how's it going, my man?
It's going well, Alex. Thanks for having me on here.
Absolutely. Yeah, thanks for being on. We had to rearrange a little bit because it's your son's birthday today, so I'm glad we were able to get you in and get a slot for you. So let's roll right into your story because this is really amazing. You know, I've seen some of your videos where you shared the story. So why don't you share with us how you came to create this product, which is very differentiated and unique and special and has a lot of functional benefits to it. Tell us about your personal story and how you got inspired to create Shroomi.
Yeah, happy to share. So it's really a two-pronged part of the story. First part is back in 2017, I was traveling in Japan and really fell in love with their culture and their food and their art, and really started noticing all the mushrooms being used in their cuisine, from their soups to their teas. And that kind of piqued my interest. At the time, I was at another cold pressed juice company doing shots. And I thought, would be kind of interesting to put mushrooms into a shot or cold pressed juice. That being said, I started kind of learning about mushrooms' medicinal value, the history in Eastern medicine. The more I explored mushrooms use, I kind of learned about more of the psychedelic history, using psilocybin, how that's been studied back in the 60s and 70s for depression, and how it's had a renaissance here in the last 10 years or so, studying PTSD, anxiety, depression, and how that can be helpful. And so that's the first part of the story. The second part of the story is fast forward to 2018. My father attempted to take his own life, and that was definitely a big moment for me in my life, and was kind of a moment that made me decide, hey, I need to do something on my own and create a company that really focused on mental health as its mission. And wouldn't you know, mushrooms has this history, and on the psychedelic side, at the very least, trying to cure some of these symptoms. And so the idea was formed to create a company that champions mushrooms and its functional value that it has, and also mental health. And so that's how Shroomi was born.
It's pretty amazing where growing up, I would have thought that something that I was eating on a pizza, mushroom, would be actually making our way into our lives as a functional ingredient. Tell us more about mushrooms, right? Like, why mushrooms? What are the functional benefits? you're mentioning a word that I'm very famous for completely butchering. You said what's the word again?
Psilocybin.
Yeah, tell us more about that, the functional value, and also just mushrooms in general. Why mushrooms?
Yeah, so I mean, mushrooms have this history used in Eastern medicine for thousands of years to treat inflammation, to treat certain illnesses, and so it has this rich history involved. But on top of the history, it also has hundreds of clinical studies, and these are non-psychedelic mushrooms in these shots, of course, for the time being.
I'll be waiting for the psychedelic version to come out. I'll be the first customer in line.
Maybe.
I promise you that.
Okay. Yeah, I think people might line up out the door for that one. And there's massive clinical studies showing anti-inflammatory support, antiviral support, support for brain function and synapse regeneration and productivity, stress reduction, mood, cortisol reduction, adrenal support. So there's hundreds of these clinical studies along with the history. And really one of our challenges, to your point about you never would have imagined putting something you put on your pizza into a tasty beverage is educating consumers that mushrooms, A, have these benefits, but 2, can also taste really, really good. And so that's what we're trying to do with this first line of shots.
Interesting. And I think like this is really kind of a hidden epidemic where there's so much stress, right? I mean, I have from time to time anxiety. I've had it since I was a kid for 25 or 30 years. I use meditation, Wim Hof. Shout out to Wim Hof for all the Wim Hofers out there. Breathing exercises and other things to relieve stress. But I love that this is not only functional for your body for anti-inflammatory and like immune boosting, but also something that really can provide a lot of, mental benefits as well. Anti-stress, anti-anxiety. I think really, really crucial. It's a huge epidemic that's happening and we don't even really notice it, right? It's hidden. So tell us more about getting into the category, okay? So this is we're talking offline about this a lot. Super crowded category. We had JR and Wyatt from Vive Organic on here a couple times. Obviously, they're right now one of the leaders in the space. Then you come in, right, and you're getting into Whole Foods. You're starting to grow your brand. How are you going to compete with the big guys? Obviously, there's things that make you different. But what do you say? What's your go-to-market strategy, and how are you entering this category to really take a bite out of this wellness shot market share?
Yeah, no, and those, Vive and some others in Southern California have really, championed the category and grown it to quite successful. So indebted to those companies for sure for leading the way. But I'll back up and back in 2016, I was working again for this cold pressed juice company, another local company, and we launched some shots as well in 2017, Whole Foods, Northern California. And so, for the last 4 or 5 years, I kind of lived the wellness shot category, seen it progress. And with Shroomi, as far as being different, I mean, we're a mushroom company through and through, number one. But from a category standpoint, I really knew the category, or felt like I knew the category pretty well, and felt like it was the opportune time to add some evolution to the category, add some new value to consumers by creating a shot that was more, a jump or a boost up from your conventional wellness shot that the ginger turmeric shots that have done really, really well. But just felt like it was an opportune time to give consumers something more. And by adding the mushrooms into a shot, we feel like we can do that and kind of disrupt the category. And so far, so good. But when it comes to the retailers that we're looking at, we're based in Southern California. We know mushrooms in general are a new thing, but then we put mushrooms into a liquid or a shot. That's a little nuts. And so, convincing or educating distributors, buyers, consumers that this is something you should have daily. We're looking to work with the Whole Foods of the world, Erewhon, Bristol Farms, Lazy Acres, a lot of the chains that we happen to fortunate to be in, to grow that set with the right consumer first.
Yeah, we started in those retailers as well. I think it's a great place to plant your flag, getting into the Bristols and Lazy Acres, getting into the Whole Foods and really building your backyard and just getting a lot of presence here in Southern California. So I think a really very smart go-to-market strategy with your product. So also, when I saw your new beverage showdown, right, on BevNet, you were talking about using mushrooms for other utilities. What else could this be used for besides shots? What's some of your plans on expanding to other categories down the road?
Yeah. So with Shroomi, we're a mushroom brand, right? Brand, or we don't want to be a shot brand. So we're looking at creating other mushroom integrated foods that taste really good. So we're looking at certain types of coffee. We're looking at a bunch of other categories that might be a good fit to introduce mushrooms to the market, to the consumer. And so we're actually innovating right now, and we'll have some cool stuff launching here in the next couple months here. Very cool.
Very kind of a Cheshire cat smirk from you that you got some stuff rolled up your sleeve and kind of in the arsenal, ready to launch. And I think it's cool. Yeah, it could be really a big category beyond just shots. So it's really cool because one thing I want to add, just for any entrepreneurs watching, is Brendan Schaefer. He came on from Bright Foods that has the Bright Bar, and he said it's always good to have 1 degree of weirdness away from what's already established in the market. And his 1 degree of weirdness is that it's a lower sugar with fruits and veggies in this refrigerated bar, which takes on Perfect Bar, right? You're taking on the Vives, the Coors, the who else is out there? Monfifo, all these shots by offering 1 degree of weirdness. Mushrooms are weird, but highly functional.
They're weird.
Yeah, but it's becoming, there's more awareness around it now than ever before, right? Because of other brands that have come out, like Four Sigmatic. So you're offering a 1 degree of weirdness and bridging from people that love shots in general, like turmeric, ginger. You have all that, apple cider vinegar, but then adding an extra element to get that differentiation, that edge from the others. So I think that's a really smart strategy, and now it's all up to distribution, right? Getting into more stores. So,
right.
So what else? Talking about distribution, how is this going to get into some of the conventional stores, right? To grow a brand, you got to get into conventional, right? You got to get in the Kroger, Safeway. How is this going to work in conventional with a mushroom wellness shot or mushroom products in general?
Well, yeah. I mean, long term, we would love for it to work in those channels. To be honest, I don't know if right now is that perfect time. We're riding that wave and we're on it, maybe a little early at the moment. But like you said, we do have other brands, more established brands, like you said, Host Defense and Four Sigmatic and and some others out there that are, even GT's has a mushroom tea line that has helped spreading the word on mushrooms. So that we can't do it alone. So that helps us tremendously. But I don't know if it's the right time at this point to go into those conventional channels, and we'll continue to grow and educate and have other brands help along the way, and hopefully work to that point where it makes sense to go into a more conventional banner.
Awesome, man. Well, it's I really commend you on what you're doing, Taylor, because you are entering into a really competitive space, yet it is still pretty young and it is emerging, and I'm sure the pie is going to get way bigger on this, and there's going to be even more awareness. I mean, when I traveled out to Publix, right, I went to Target, let's say, and go in the store, I traveled up and down the coast visiting all these different stores, and for Target, the shot space has really grown. Publix, huge now. They have 6 or 7 different shots. So I know that as you grow your brand, the category is also growing at the same time, and you're going to leverage that growth while growing your own brand at the same time. So it's all about right place and right time with the right product. I think you have that all lined up. So any other imparting words for any entrepreneurs that are watching, right? You're taking on the world of shots. You are new to the entrepreneur world because you're with other companies in the past. So do you have any advice on how to just dive in and how to start a business, right? How to start a food and bev brand.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard no matter what. I certainly, having COVID wasn't in the, having COVID in the 2020 business plan wasn't there when I wrote it. So it's really just getting in there, and if you love what you do and have hopefully some other outside driven mission that will help you push you along through those tough times that fortunately I do and the team does, then that can only help. But it's going to be hard. I would just say any entrepreneur getting into the industry, I would say start small. Know your consumer, learn regionally from maybe a regional chain or two, get to know your store buyers, talk to people, get to know the store managers, really just be a sponge. Always be a sponge, but in particular as you're first starting up, and that will help you to success.
Awesome. Well, and also on top of all that, it's going to be very stressful to start your own business. Shots like this help. So any entrepreneur out there, buy this, drink this. If it's not around you, order it online. This helps with stress reduction, and being an entrepreneur is really freaking stressful. I used to have a lot more hair before starting Genius Juice, and that's why I wear a hat now. So, all right, so let's go to our next segment, which is called Rapid Fire Questions. Rapid Fire Questions. All right. Did you know this was coming or no?
No, but I'm excited.
You have a little bit of surprise on your face. I love it. So let's get into it right now. It's a new segment. All right, so I'm just going to go through a bunch of questions. You answer them right away. We have 1 minute. That's it. Simple. All right,
okay.
You're getting ready. You're like, okay, let's do this. All right.
Okay.
Mental focus. All right.
Yeah.
NSYNC or Backstreet Boys?
Oh, Backstreet Boys.
First thing you do when you wake up?
Probably go to the bathroom.
Okay. Movie you can watch. It's not TMI, man. There's no such thing as TMI on this program. That's why I'm on it.
Yeah.
I'm always talking too much. Movies you can watch an unlimited amount of times.
Dumb and Dumber.
Nice. Not the second one, Dumber and Dumberer. You didn't like that one, right?
That's not bad, but the original. Best.
The best. Song you can listen to an unlimited amount of times.
Get what you get what you give by the New Radicals.
I love that song. Favorite sport to watch, if you watch sports?
I played tennis at UC Santa Barbara, so I got to say tennis.
There you go. Zoom, Microsoft Teams, or Google Meet? Which is your preferred video software?
Got to say Zoom.
Me too. What's your spirit animal? I don't think a mushroom's an animal, right? So it's got to be something else.
Yeah. No, I'd say a hummingbird.
Window seat or aisle seat on an airplane if we're ever able to fly again?
Definitely. It's a big if. Definitely aisle seat.
Peanut butter or almond butter or neither?
Gotta go original peanut butter.
Right on.
Sorry.
The OG. Omnivore, flexitarian, vegetarian, or vegan?
I'm omnivore.
LeBron James or MJ?
MJ.
Right on. Every time someone answers that, I'm like, of course. Come on. Ginger or turmeric? This one will be a good one for you.
Ginger.
Favorite fruit?
Put it on anything.
On anything, yeah, that's true. And cook with it. Favorite food or drink if you were stuck on a deserted island? You cannot say Genius Juice and you cannot say Shroomi.
Fruit or food? Food?
Favorite food or drink if you're stuck on a deserted island?
Okay. I'd say just a big bag of strawberries and some Genius Juice.
There you go. Well, I told you can't say Genius Juice, but I'm going to take that answer anyway. So that's I'm not going to deny you Genius Juice on a deserted island. So, all right. So that is Rapid Fire Questions with Taylor Goggin, the founder of Shroomi. One last thing is I want to take a shot with you if you have a shot handy. This one's pretty strong. I think I chose the strongest one.
Give it a shake. Give it a good shake.
Yeah, because there's a lot of mushrooms in here, so I want to make sure that evenly dispersed.
get it
So
mixed
I have the immunity turkey tail mushroom, which it's immune boosting, has turkey tail, chaga, reishi. What else is in here? Apple cider vinegar, lemon. A lot of good stuff in here.
A little bit of honey.
A little bit of honey to kind of
the honey
make it go down. Make it go down. Perfect. All right.
And I have the focus shot. Ready?
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, Alec. All right.
It's good. It's really good. I got the mushroom at the end.
At the tail end. Okay.
Get a little drink here so I can finish this
He's
segment.
ready to go. Yeah.
Okay, I am fired up now. Wow, I got 3 more interviews after this, and I got the energy now. Okay, so thank you again, Taylor, for joining us. Shroomi shots available at a Whole Foods in Southern California, and many other retailers in SoPac. Taylor, thank you again for joining us, man. Really appreciate it.
Alex, thanks for having me. Really appreciate it.
Got it, man. Have a wonderful night. All right, so again, Taylor Goggin, CEO and founder of Shroomi. Another big plug, I should say, to Mark Nicholas, animathabitstudios.net. He does editing for photos, videos. He did our Costco box, did the photos for that. This guy is amazing. Make sure to contact him. One last thing. Stay genius, my friends.
Genius for life. Coconut smoothies coming at you.